What if I told you that you could create wealth and abundance while you sleep? What if the powers of your unconscious mind could do this? What would that get for you? And what would that allow you to do? How would that make your reality that much easier? Imagine you could wake up knowing you had more abundance and wealth. What would that do for your career, for your business, for your relationships, for your health, for your spirituality, for your personal development? So let's dive further into this episode, how to create wealth and abundance while you sleep. Yes, this is what I'm saying, that you can create wealth and abundance while you're asleep. So when you're sleeping, because your mind, this is some theory behind it, because your mind, it never shuts off. It's always working for you based off your emotions, your thoughts, your energy. So it's running your body, it's preserving your body, it's replenishing your body, and it's re-energizing your energy. So your mind is doing something so powerful while you're sleeping. Because what if you had to wake up and focus on how you were breathing and doing all this with your body? You wouldn't have time to do anything else. So since your mind is going while you sleep, why not use it to create wealth, opportunities, abundance while you rest? Even while you take a nap, you can do this during the day. Let's say you worked hard all day and then you're like, hey, I want to take a nap. You can do this when you take a nap as well. So settle in and let's look at how we can unlock the power of creating wealth and abundance while your mind is sleeping. So when most people think about wealth creation, they imagine doing things, working, hustling, networking, grinding, building relationships, delegating tasks, whatever it is, being part of a team. So a lot of people, they think that is wealth and abundance. So the reality today is that often the teachings of it are, if you're not doing something, then you're not creating anything. The truth is, you are the creator. And lots of wealth, it isn't created through effort alone. It's created because of the effort you put in your mind, not physical effort. It's created through alignment, through belief, through your emotions, through your self-talk, through the stories that you tell to others and yourself about what's possible, even when you're not awake to tell those. Because your unconscious mind, it doesn't sleep. It's guiding you. It's helping you while you're sleeping. So even if you think that your unconscious mind is shutting down for the night, no. That's when it's doing some of your most important work. Because your unconscious mind continues to replay your beliefs, fears, hopes, desires, expectations, dreams, along with restoring your body and doing all of that. So that means whatever story you've planted in your mind, it continues to grow while you sleep. And you can even think about it like a garden. Your unconscious mind, we can say, is the soil. So every thought, every emotion, every belief, every state that you feel internally is a seed. And when you plant different seeds of abundance, so let's say there's beliefs like, I collect money easily. I like to think of money as collecting instead of making money, because collecting sounds like it doesn't take any effort. We're making it, it sounds like there's effort. So I collect money easily, money flows to me easily, opportunities are everywhere, I'm deserving and worthy of receiving wealth and abundance. So your mind, it's going to begin to nurture those seeds automatically. And just like a garden, you don't have to stand over your garden 24/7 and watch it grow. It's doing it automatically. You give it a little water, and it grows. So you need to make sure you're planting the right things and not the wrong things where they turn into weeds. We want them to grow into something that we want. So if we were to think about it, how does this actually work? How do we actually do all of this while you're sleeping? So let's look at some deeper things behind creating wealth while you sleep. So your unconscious mind, a lot of people say it's responsible for about 95% of your thoughts, feelings, behaviors, actions. I like to think of it closer to 99%, because to me it seems like almost everything we're doing, it's so automatic. I mean, how many things actually take that much effort? So that means only about 1% to 5% of what you do each day, you're consciously choosing that. The rest is programming that you have in your mind, and it's happening automatically. So when you're asleep, your brain, your mind is moving through different cycles. Theta, delta, REM. And during the theta state, your subconscious mind is open to suggestion. So what's interesting is this is the same state that you were living in from ages 0 to 7 when your unconscious mind soaked up everything like a sponge. So this is when you're around a kid, they're so suggestible. They absorb everything so quickly. So in this state, your mind doesn't question consciously whether something's true or not, or should I think this, should I do that? It accepts the suggestion. So when you listen to certain thoughts, suggestions, guided visualizations, hypnosis as you drift off to sleep, you're actually reprogramming the beliefs that control your reality when you're awake. So you can program your mind while you're sleeping. If you have that thought, if you have that intention, if you ask a certain question, and we'll get to those towards the end of the episode. So make sure to stay towards the end, because I'll show you exactly how to do that. I'll tell you exactly how to do it. So let's say, for example, you've been taught, this is a common belief, a lot of people say, hey, money doesn't grow on trees, or money is so hard to have a lot of money. If that belief is in your unconscious mind, then your mind will always look for things to support it. So throughout the day as you go, your mind's going to be looking for things that support that, oh, money's hard to earn, oh, money doesn't grow on trees, oh, it's so difficult. So what happens? As you're focusing on that, all your awareness, your effort is put on that. So you'll overlook easy opportunities. So what are you doing? You're pretty much sabotaging yourself, because you actually end up overworking, thinking about this belief instead of having a wonderful belief, because that belief says, oh, this is so hard. So you're trying to do things in a hard way. Instead, if you have another belief, let's say, this is a funny one. Let's say you say that money thinks you're sexy. So you'll go around and money's just following you everywhere you go because it thinks you're so sexy. So your beliefs matter that much. So even if you replace that old belief, money is hard to earn, or money doesn't grow on trees, with something new, like abundance is my natural feeling, or money flows to me, I collect lots of money in expected and unexpected ways, your unconscious mind begins to see that in your reality from that truth, because that's what you believe to be real or even imagined. And the good thing, even if you think like, oh, I don't believe this 100%, imagine it, because your mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. And the wonderful thing is, this is also going on while you sleep. While you sleep, your mind is going to be looking for opportunities and possibilities for you. So instead of just going to sleep and thinking, oh, I'm tired, I have these things to do the next day, you're going to be really intentional about how you use going to sleep to create more wealth and create more abundance. And guess what? If I were you, I would tell everyone around you about this, because once you know how to do this, this changes your whole reality. And why do I say that? Because what we focus on leads to our reality. It starts with a suggestion. That suggestion leads to a thought. That thought leads to an emotion. That emotion leads to focus. And that focus leads to your reality. So if you know people who are focused on thinking money is hard, they don't have enough money, all these things, tell them to listen to this, because I'm going to explain exactly how you can start using this. You can do this in different little steps, questions, intentions, so your unconscious mind is programmed for wealth and abundance while you sleep. So you need to set a clear intention before you fall asleep. Imagine that. You can guide your mind while you're sleeping. So you can spend a few minutes before you sleep connecting to a simple and specific intention. So what is it? Maybe you want to attract more clients easily. Maybe you want to collect more money. Maybe you want to take your family on a wonderful vacation, and you're going to focus on how you can do that easily and effortlessly. Or maybe you want to notice all types of different opportunities and possibilities that you're not focusing on or that you haven't considered yet. So do this for 2 minutes before you sleep. Because right before you fall asleep and right when you wake up in the morning, this is when your mind is also really suggestible. So before you go to sleep, you can even give yourself a suggestion. You can say something like, tonight, as I sleep, my mind opens to new abundance, new wealth. I attract clients easily. I collect lots of money. I take my family on a wonderful vacation. I see so many opportunities and possibilities. Whatever you want to put in there. That's it. You just create this intention. Because then when your unconscious mind is sleeping, it's going to think about this intention. I mean, think about it now. What type of intention are you giving yourself before you go to sleep? And if you're saying nothing, that's completely fine. Most people don't. They don't give any intention. We're not like most people here. We don't want to play it safe. We want to collect lots of money. We want to create the reality that we want. So be honest with yourself. If you don't create an intention now before you go to sleep, that's fine. Just change it right now. And you do this for a few days. That leads to a few weeks. That leads to a few months. Next thing you know, after 1 year, you have a wonderful new habit of setting intentions before you sleep. So that's one thing that you can do. So you can also feed your mind a certain input as you sleep. So I have different abundance hypnosis sessions that you can listen to while you sleep. So then I'm giving you suggestions also while you're sleeping. So I'll go ahead and put that in the link to this episode, because I actually did just create a hypnosis session that is hypnosis for sleep and abundance and wealth. So you can also give your mind these inputs. Set the intention before you listen to it. Like, I want to have all these opportunities. I want to attract more clients. I want to just really provide everything for my family. I want to see new opportunities and possibilities. And then you can press play on the hypnosis session. So if you do this consistently, then all these results happen easily and effortlessly. You collect money easily and effortlessly. Money thinks you're sexy, like I said. So when you start to do this, you're going to notice, or you may not even notice, that your inner programming starts to shift. And that means your outer world is going to begin to rearrange itself. You might get an idea out of nowhere. A person that you were thinking about might reach out. Opportunities might start showing up. And when that happens, accept it. Act as if it's yours. they're reaching out to you for a specific reason. Because usually there's just a little lag. By the time you start focusing on certain things, it takes a little lag, and the better you get at it, the quicker it happens. So this starts happening. This is your unconscious mind doing this with you. It's connecting all of this together when you couldn't see it before. So remember, wealth doesn't come from working harder. Wealth comes from setting intentions, from thinking about it, from focusing on it, getting rid of any resistance, and also focusing on things while you sleep. So the more you do that, the more you are aligned with it, and the more you're already going to notice then what's already there, what's been there all along that you weren't focusing on before. Because everything you have inside of you, that's what you need. And when you're aligned with everything inside of you, that's when your reality on the outer world, it's matched up against all of that. And you'll be wondering, well, how did this happen? It's because you set an intention, you programmed your mind before you sleep, you gave it certain inputs. Now, you can set an intention, you could give it the inputs, you could also just ask your mind certain questions before you fall asleep. So how can I achieve wealth and abundance easily and effortlessly? How can I automatically meet more clients? How can I definitely create more wealth? You see the words I put in there though? Definitely, easily, effortlessly, automatically, naturally. These soften and they put your mind in a right place to know that it's easy to do it. If you just said, how can I create wealth? Your mind's going to think of ways to create wealth, but the other words make it even more specific, so it's easy and effortlessly, or it's automatic and natural. So put those nice words in there to ask your mind questions for your specific reality, what you want to achieve in your reality, and how you can do it in an easy way before you go to sleep, and your mind will work on answering that question. So when you wake up in the morning, it'll have an answer. Maybe not on the first day, remember, sometimes there's just a little lag until you get really, really good at this and really, really consistent at this. Your mind will do that, though. It will give you the answer and you'll know exactly what to do, and then your mind during the day, you'll be so programmed from when you sleep, your mind will remember 99% of what you do is automatic. So when you're awake, 99% of what you do will be attracting wealth. It will be attracting money, opportunities, possibilities everywhere around you. So this is really easy. And like I said, most people don't do this. So please share this with someone who wants to create more wealth. That's right. And let's take this a step deeper. Imagine for a moment that as you sleep tonight, your unconscious mind becomes a 24-hour wealth generator. It's scanning through memories, ideas, emotions, experiences, and it's connecting those insights that your conscious mind doesn't even notice. Maybe a creative solution, maybe you wake up feeling unexpectedly motivated, or maybe the answer that you wanted for so long, all of a sudden it appears. This isn't luck. This is your mind working with you, not against you. This is your mind working with you. And you're in charge of your mind and your results. And when you visualize a goal like collecting money, getting a new client, launching a new successful business or project or whatever it is, your mind is activating the same neural networks as if you were actually doing it. So the more that you imagine these things while you sleep, your mind expects it. It knows it. It's real. And your subconscious mind during the day, remember, it's programmed to do that. So it looks for all those ways to make it real, and it tells you, yes, do this, do this, do this. And listen to your mind. Trust your mind. Some people say, well, I don't really trust my mind. Your mind is always going when you sleep, so you must trust it because you wake up every day replenished and ready to go. So as you drift off, imagine your wealth has already made it. Act as if you already have it. Feel the gratitude of abundance. See yourself living it. The unconscious mind doesn't respond to logic. It responds to emotions, imagery, symbols, creativity. That's your personal power. So it's time to take it back. So start this tonight. And if you're listening to this tonight, start it right now. Create wealth and abundance while you sleep. Set your intention. Create those inputs. Take inspired action. Ask yourself those questions. And if you do this consistently, then you'll start to notice all the powerful shifts in your reality, because your focus creates your reality. You'll wake up feeling good. You'll wake up ready to go, ready to create wealth and abundance. And people may even ask you, what did you do? What's different? I see you doing so many different things. What's going on? And you can tell them, I choose abundance. It's something I allow. My mind is aligned with abundance while I sleep. So when I'm awake, it's automatically attracting it. So remember that you're reprogramming your future. So thanks so much for joining me on this episode. If you haven't already, you can go ahead and rate the podcast wherever you are listening. If you're listening on YouTube, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. And definitely share this, like I've mentioned a couple times already. Definitely share this with someone who it will help. Chances are it'll help many people you know, because they're probably not doing this. And I would suggest sharing the episode instead of just telling them, because they may think, what are you talking about? So say, hey, you can listen to this episode. It tells you exactly what to do. So do all that. Create wealth and abundance while you sleep. And if you want to know more things like this, go ahead and download some other episodes, listen to some other episodes. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next episode.